Good afternoon, everyone. There is a. Let's think. There's a moment I reckon we can all share. If I make a narrative, there's probably somewhere. It might have happened many times, but certainly once, where someone said, "Do this and do it quickly." You might have been asked to write something quickly. You might have been asked to do theatre sports or dance or move or say something, and you remember it. Or you certainly said to someone, in that moment they asked me to do something quickly and I couldn't think of anything. And you went and froze and I couldn't think of anything. We've all probably said that. I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
And unless you died, this is my thinking, unless you died and your brain stopped, you actually had lots of thoughts in that moment, but you thought, if someone said, say, write a poem quickly, you've got 20 seconds, write something down, and you go, the pen doesn't write anything, you just sort of hover over the page. And you go, I didn't think of anything. Yeah, you did. You thought of lots of things in that 20 seconds. You thought of things that were, you fill in your own list. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's derivative. Oh, that's naive. Oh, that's stupid. That's offensive. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. Oh, I ran out of time. And so it's the list of things that, there's no, that's what writer's block is. It's not a lack of ideas, it's a lack of commitment to just an idea in order to start. And starting is probably the best way in which we get creative. We just start with no idea at all and hope that it shows up, something shows up, and usually it does, something. It might not get you that kind of number one smash hit you always dreamed of, but it might be something interesting. So that was my pitch to Mona here at 4 p.m, that I would write something new every day. And at 4 p.m, these musicians arrive to play that thing. So I can't sit here and go, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. This morning I thought I wanted to write something really angular and kind of brutal and like, and kind of fast and scratchy. I ended up writing something that sounds like fucking hobbits tripping through the forest, and it gave me the shit. So I thought, that's dumb. But I'd already started it. So I have to commit to it. So hopefully I've tried to bend it and twist it and make it so it's not quite so hobbitish. It's a bit kind of more interesting. So that was my provocation today on this 461st day. 461 days here at 4 p.m, doing it every day, and I'll talk more about what that process is like and blah, 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 as we go on. But at the moment, the musicians are looking at their part for the first time. So there's a little bit in here, there's this, what was it, from the A, the first two bars and the 6/4 bar, which that was a melody that came up in a piece weeks ago, and the rest of the piece was shit, it was terrible. But this little bit was like, oh, that's interesting, so I'll save that and try and plant that in. But it turns out that little it was a bit kind of hobbity, fuck, it was anyway terrible. Anyway, so I've tried to spend the day just trying to ruin it. Try to break it. So please welcome the ensemble that make it good today. Miranda, Phoebe, Caleb and Alex. Okay, right, here we go. This is the rehearsal bit when we start to play the piece that they've never played before. You can see my score go by on the screen over there. There's a paper copy if anyone wants to nerd out on the music of today's piece over there. Let's go.
Just the first note.
Right, so it says Allegro. If we can get to Presto, Prestissimo, that'd be kind of cool. Let's see how we... yeah, Caleb goes, no worries, buddy. Gotcha.
He's a bit tired.
Everyone else goes, ah! All right. 1, 2, E. some of you are thinking, oh, that sounds pretty good. They've fucking played that before. They have not played this piece before. How good was that? Ah, fuck those hobbits. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. It was good. Any questions? It's good. It's good. Good. Yeah. Happy with the vibe. Happy with everyone digging in.
When does Caleb come in with his
B?
B?
Straight on B. Look at
Caleb's got the 3 bars before B.
Oh, that's what I
you join
meant.
the
So
2
should
4 bar.
we be a bit under him maybe? Like not
At
as...
B, yes. Caleb is the lead at B.
Yeah.
In the first bar of B, Caleb goes one da 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 da. Yeah, rips in. Cool.
Yep.
Should we run that much again? Let's run that much again from the top.
Looks like I'm doing the right thing.
It's everyone was just together from letter C. It's probably my favourite bit of the whole piece. It's the simplest bit and it's groovy as fuck. Great. Great, so at E, we all come back to a little bit smoother here, but the tempo's the same.
Okay.
So
Should
you
we
read
be
that?
the same dynamic or?
Probably we're back a bit. We're back, what are we, forte? No, bring back to mezzo forte, it says.
But who is anyone a leading line?
So at E, we have harmonies with second and viola. And then at F, the unison rhythm is joined in by the first. Yep, so at E.
Do you want subito soft at E or get softer before?
Softer at E, please.
Softer
At E, yeah.
But you
Subito.
guys are the leading line. I think.
Subito is a fancy word. It's a European word. We use European words in music to sound fancy. It means get
Are they doing
immediately
the
softer.
again?
Don't gradually get immediately softer. Softer, quicker, slower, whatever it is. Subito means quickly, immediately. I'm just trying to sound clever.
Yeah.
Right. Where
D?
from? From D. D, yes, C.
1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry.
You weren't even counted it and you weren't even ready.
Ready. Then I stopped. 2, 3, I did the worst thing. Like I did the worst thing, like a conductor would never do. It was between E and F, and your high line came up, and I pointed and I went, "You." Yeah.
I just said "you." I didn't use your name or the. Sorry, wow, sorry, that was rude. Right.
But do you want that to come out a bit?
Yes, please. When you go up, before F. Yes. Now, if you're sitting here and you've never seen a live string quartet before, cool. This is what they look like. 2 violins, viola and cello. And if you've always had a question that's burning in the back of your mind about them or about the composition or anything you've seen today with me writing at the piano? Let's have a little question. So think about that now. Ask the person next to you, what would you ask? And we'll have a little chat. Very nice, thank you. Very nice. I thought of you when I wrote the Pits quick. Is that all right?
It's okay.
Great. Great.
What did you think about him when you wrote it? Because
I thought how much he loves quick pits. Amazing. That was awesome.
From E, maybe?
E is a great idea.
E.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay, so two things happened there. I wrote something here, that there, but I wrote basically played an octave up. So Miranda had to read that, but then she's not playing what she's reading. Her hand had to do something different. So her brain fucking popped. That was incredibly good. Well done. Well done. Because if I write it up there, then it's unreadable.
That's insane.
Insane.
Like putting that.
Is that a terrible writing?
It's fine.
It's bad.
No, she's very clever.
She's very clever. She's very clever is a great way of saying, Dean, you wrote a shit show, and it's really hard to read your music. Thank you.
That's good.
All right,
It's good.
All right, I'm going to go some questions now. Has anyone got any questions? Yes.
What was your most favourite piece ever written and why was it about that piece that day that you wrote?
What was my favourite piece ever that I wrote?
Yeah.
And what was it about that? Well,
New question.
okay. This leads me to the recordings we have. So on volume 2, there's a piece, and it's day 147. I called it my war ballad. I wrote it. The first season of this was 150 days, which was what the book is about. That's my journal, a diary of 150 days. And I had this breakdown, and there was all sorts of weird shit. It was crazy. But on day 147, so 3 days from the end, I wrote this piece called War Ballad. The war in Ukraine had just started. And I was exhausted and like frayed, and I thought I was running out of stuff. But then this incredible piece popped out, and it occurred to me that I didn't think anything was going to come good from that day, but I was here nonetheless. And I liked the fact that I just showed up kind of pretty empty and go, I'm just here, there's a piano, there's some, write a pen, paper, I'll just write some stuff, and boof. So it's my favourite piece because I think it's a great lyrical piece of music, and also because it proved to me anyway that I didn't have to have the idea, the story, I didn't have to have the momentum, I just had to show up. And accept that most days when I show up, it won't be good. It's just compost for all the other for when like 147 when it did work. That's probably one of my favourite pieces. Yeah, I say one off because there's a few for different reasons. Some of them are different. I like them for different reasons. Yeah. Cool. Good question. Yeah. All right. So that's my idea. Don't think you have to have the idea to show up. That was very good. Thank you.
Go on from I or go back?
Would you mind just doing one more time?
Yes.
From maybe G?
G. Love G.
3, 4.
She's that good.
No, just on that bar, 64.
64.
Yeah. Yep. 3, 4.
Sleaze it up. Yeah, onto him on the slide. Onto him. Jazz. Cello. First violin. Cello. Sleazy. Subito, Okay, hold there before we go any further. We're almost to the end there, about to repeat the melody and finish it. Anything you want to write down?
Just
Questions?
at O, it's not a change of tempo. It's just the same.
L, M, L, M. Oh,
Just
fuck,
the sneaky
alphabet.
bit. Just where
No,
we
same.
just-
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
And then the.
Oh, it's just Allegro, so it's kind of,
So let me be a little
it's
bit
pretty
more.
much back to it's the
We
fast.
sort of got there at M, but
Yeah.
then if we're not there, we go. a bit
If
more.
you're there already, then that's back to
Yeah.
A tempo.
And then at L, our dynamics, like what I sort of like built it a bit. Do you want
Yeah,
anything?
probably
Or-
come
or
down a
less?
touch. I want to hear the fullness of the chord in between second and viola, and then really get this descending line in the cello played nice and loud. So by the third of L,
Where P.
fourth of L, we're just all holding a chord,
Yeah.
and then it's just you two
And
at
then it's
M.
just, and then it's
for
that
the first
sort
three
of
bars.
legato bit as well. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Okay. And is Caleb the main tune at I? Should we be a bit softer?
I
couldn't hear it.
Yes, he is. Caleb is the sleazy Gershwin at I.
Yeah, very fitting.
Yes. I wrote slow, sleazy Gershwin on the part. It was a good descriptor, I think. Yes, and Multivib on those all together. We're all doing that together on the slide ups
Yep. Gotcha.
and the scoops. Multivib. Does anybody have any other questions or problems?
Do you come
Yes.
with me as well?
Yeah. 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 It just into my head, yeah. It sounded pretty good. I mean, it's better than what I thought. I thought it'd be like, no, it's better than I thought. Probably not quite what I thought I'd do today, but then there you go, maybe tomorrow. Okay.
Where from?
Um,
O, M?
M?
M, please.
M for mnemonic.
Let's do L, please. L.
L?
Yep.
Wait,
The-
where? L.
Let's go from Q. Can we just go from
Yes.
Q?
Yes.
Yes. Woo.
Q. Three. Well.
That's yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Woo. So now we've got to the end. Now we'll go back to the start and we'll play it as one piece, and we'll get to hear what my brain was like today. Has anybody got any questions or problems, issues,
Really
suggestions?
annoyed that you have a max speed.
I know.
You know.
Don't. I mean, you can come up later and we'll talk to you if you want.
So
If it's
I
too
have
awkward
a
to
max
ask your
speed.
question. Yeah, and so what this is the 4th season of 4 p.m. And this runs now until October, so it'll be 500 and something days by then. At the end of each season, we make some. I was saying something about the day, the favourite days. So we pick our good ones, the ones that just work, and we make records of those CDs with downloads, or just this is a little pack of all the downloads if you want to take some home in the shop upstairs. But this book, as I said, the proper chat about creativity is through this book at the moment, which is my 150 days of a diary, of journal. So I'd write the day. It's not just a bang on about music theory if that doesn't interest you. It's just that they're the act of showing up, the creative process. So that's, and all of the live music is accessed through that as a QR code. You know, it's bloody hours of music, so you read about the day, listen to the day, it's a kind of a fun story. Right, are you ready?
Ready.
You don't want me, do you?
Nope.
Right, we're going to sit down at the piano and we're going to listen to 461 here. Oh, and because what time is it? 3, yeah. We'll get this and we'll play something after this which is kind of sweet and lyrical and beautiful, just to sort of give you a bit of contrast and get rid of those fucking hobbits. Here we go. Very great effort, fucking bloody marvellous. We all got beat out.
Should we try again?
Try again, let's go again.
From B?
Hey,
It might have been a bit
go from the top.
Let's go from the top.
Go from the top.
Get it right.
Sorry,
Top.
everybody.
No, this is what it's about. Phoebe, Caleb, and Alex. Holy shitballs. Wow. There you go, 461. What's that? Duck. Done. Oh, duck is a duck. Was that ducks? Right, hobbits to ducks, right? Right, there you go. I didn't want it to be sweet, so I made it something. And tomorrow, who knows? But here's one. You got time. You won't miss the Fred. Finish your wine. This is called. This is day 361. We chose this one because it's a contrast to the other one. This one might be hobbity. I don't know. Fuck, am I stuck on hobbit? I call this one a Celtic lullaby because it's got that kind of. I don't know, whatever the fuck that means. This was day 361, written here again in a day. This is on one of the albums as well, as it turns out. Hope you enjoy this one. It's called 361. Enjoy. Thank you, everybody. Miranda, Phoebe, Caleb, and Alex, thank you. My name is Dean. That is 4 p.m. for today. And have a safe journey home. Come and have a chat if you want to talk about the recordings or the book or just anything at all. Ta-da, bye.